Hey, Autumn Athletes, Larry Sorensen here, and today we are going to spotlight Wayne Fisher. I got a chance to connect with him last week and find out what makes him an Autumn athlete that's not done yet. Take a look. So let's get started here with your bio basics. Tell us a little about yourself.
The basics. First of all, thanks for this opportunity. But my first name's Wayne. My last name's Fisher. I'm 68, born on Valentine's Day, 1955. I'm 180 pounds, plus or minus 3. My hometown's Baltimore, Maryland. Also Baltimore, Maryland. I go back to my roots. But back in Baltimore, I have 2 brothers and a sister who still live in Baltimore. As far as the career, I'll start with the Coast Guard Academy. That was 4 years from 1973 to 1977, graduate of the Coast Guard Academy up in New London, Connecticut. Then from 77 to 89, the next 12 years, I was an officer in the Coast Guard, doing patrols in the Bering Sea in Alaska, which we also call the Boring Sea after about 2 weeks. Caribbean, aids to navigation, went to Naval Postgraduate School where I met my wife. And then in 90 to 93, I left the Coast Guard because my wife, who was at the time lieutenant commander in the Navy, got orders to London, England. And so I had a chance from 90 to 93 to be Mr. Mom in London, England, watching my 2 kids, Matthew, who was 4 years old, and then Megan, which is 6. Of course, they're now 41 and 38. So that was an experience. 93 to 96, we're back in the States. We moved back to actually Natick, Massachusetts, but outside of Boston in that area. And I continued to work as a project engineer, project manager in industry because my master's was in physics for optics and acoustics. It also gave me a chance to do a master's in curriculum instruction at University of Massachusetts at Lowell, which allowed me from 96 to 2007, next 10 years, roughly, to teach high school physics, which I really enjoy for a number of reasons. Besides a chance to coach track, be an assistant coach of track, and get a workout every day. 2007, 2017, for another 10 years, this is mostly in the Charlotte area, I managed the elementary science program for Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. They're the 15th largest school district in the country, at 125 elementary schools, 3,600 teachers, and I had to make sure they, from pre-K to 5th grade, the teachers knew a little bit about science, in particular Newton's laws, and there's other things which are important about science and engineering. 2017, I did retire, and I've been retired since. I've lived in Sun City, Carolina Lakes, for quite a while, but since 2019, I'm now in Sun City, Texas, where I moved to so I can run track and play softball year-round. So I lived in 9 states. I'm here now. I'm having a great time.
That's quite a career. So tell us a little bit about your athletic history.
I was always athletic, and my nickname as a kid was Kid Flash. But I was not an athlete in high school. I was actually cut from the football team. I probably had 4.4, 4.5 speed, which is okay, but, and this is true, I was the last person in line. They're handing out spikes and equipment. Coach looks at me and says, "I'm sorry, we're out of equipment. You can be a manager." And I said, "I'd rather try another sport." So the very next day I tried cross country. They sent us out for a 5-mile run in the neighborhood. I quit the same day, came back to coach. "This is not for me. I'm not a long distance runner. I can't do," we weren't talking 10Ks back there, but even now I don't do 10Ks. I'm one of those 0.05, 0.1K, 0.2K type of people. I like to sprint. Been blessed with speed. So what did I do in high school? I became a cheerleader because my brother was a cheerleader. I ran the scoreboard for the JV and freshman teams for football. I was a statistician for basketball, a scorekeeper for baseball. There's a theme here. The only sport I did play for 3 years, but never on the varsity level, I did wrestle for 3 years because you can wrestle at any weight. And I wrestled from 105 to 140. And that was a very good conditioning program as far as like fitness goes. Not fast forward, but the next 4 years, from 73 to 77, I was at the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. And there I had a chance to play sports. I played soccer for 4 years, 3 years in the varsity. I didn't want to wrestle in college, and even though we're a small college, 1,000 cadets or less, didn't want to wrestle and cut weight because the academies are very difficult to get through academically and everything else. I needed my energy levels. But I did do very well in intramural, intercompany, inter-battalion sports. You're required to play 2 to 3 seasons. I won medals in track and swimming and wrestling. I could have played football, and I would have been playing with Otto Graham as my coach, which would have been really cool. I know I could play because I had the speed, and I was not 105, it was 145, 150. But my senior year at the Coast Guard Academy, in the spring, my last opportunity, I was asked by a classmate, 2 of the sprinters in the 100 yards, 220, were injured in ski accidents. They couldn't run that season. They needed somebody with speed. And not the coach, my classmate said, Wayne, you need to run for us. And so I did. And I got down to 100-yard dash, 9.7. 220 was 23.2. 400, they threw me in a 4x400 second leg in a meet we already won. Otherwise, they wouldn't have thrown me in there. And it was my first ever 400. The second leg, I got the baton 30 yards behind whatever the runners 2 in front. So I took off. I probably ran a 22 split for the first 220. Made the rookie mistake of trying to pass these 2 guys on the curve between the 200 and 300, ran 250. I ran around them, got in front thinking, I got this. And then what got me was that 800-pound gorilla that every 400-meter runner knows about. Oh boy, I still finished. They told me for 52 split, which I thought was pretty good. And we still won the race. I was happy with that. Over in England, I did play club soccer. I also played softball. Coming back to the States in 93, I did get hooked up with the Greater Boston Track Club, which I really enjoyed. Started doing track meets. I still wasn't old enough officially, but I went to things like Drake's Relay and long jump for the first time, went 19 feet 6 inches. And it's like, whoa, where'd this come from? And so, and then when I went to Charlotte in 2000 or 1997, I was original member with the Charlotte Track Club back in 2000, which I was a member of till recently, where I transferred membership to the Waterloo Track Club here in Austin, where I am now. So that's kind of brings you up with the athletic background and what I've been doing.
Tell us a little bit about the sports. Obviously, you're going to talk about track and field, but tell us also about some of the other sports that you're doing right now, and fill us in on all that you're up to in your physical fitness world at this point.
Happy to do that. Right now, I compete in track and field and also senior softball year round, which is one of the reasons I moved here. We have 4 softball seasons. I play the spring and I play the fall because we have 8 teams. We have our own field in Sun City. I also do CrossFit with my wife, something we enjoy doing. I also play stickball, which I organized, as I played stickball in Baltimore growing up. And disc golf, which is a little bit less taxing, but I like it because it's a challenge with different eye-hand coordination. Hiking club, we both like a lot. And I'm not allowed to play anything else at this time until I give something else up. But I would love one day to play pickleball because I'm good at, I play tennis. I'm a 3.5 tennis player.
Sure.
I think I'll be very good at pickleball, but that'll be my future.
So you talked a little bit about some of your training. Give us a typical week in what you would do from a training perspective.
I do train year round, and I focus on track and field as well as softball. I basically want to maintain my top speed. For me, that's 14 seconds flat or less in the 100 meters. And the speed endurance is less than 70 seconds for the 400, which will help me in the 300-meter hurdles, which is one of my goals, is to medal in the hurdles this year. On the track, I think quality is more important than quantity. And I'm not the only one that feels that way, especially at our age, right, for masters track and field. My current regimen is softball, like this week is Monday, Thursday, if it doesn't rain. We have been having some rainouts lately. And I play every other Saturday on a more competitive team called the Warriors. I play for the M65. I play for the M70 because sometimes you need players. And because I still have really and speed is really valuable on the space path. They even ask me sometimes to play an M60 because as a designated runner. Current regimen is softball Monday and Thursday, every other Saturday. CrossFit's twice a week, usually Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes Wednesday, Friday, for strength and conditioning. And I also spend time training with Linda. I work out 3 days a week in a row. I take 1 day off and rest and 3 more days of exercise. But every time I work out, the workout sessions are usually less than an hour, and they tend to always be high intensity.
How about a little bit about diet and nutrition? How do you approach that?
Diet and nutrition are the key ingredients to success in sports and life. Fortunately, Lynn and I both love to cook. And we shop every other day for fresh vegetables, proteins, fruits. We eat a balanced diet. Moderation is important. We do enjoy happy hour most days, but I limit myself to 2 cans of beer. I like IPAs. I do drink lots of milk, probably half a gallon of milk every other 2 days. We also eat out only once or twice a month. That's the diet nutrition, moderation.
So you mentioned one goal earlier, but tell us what you're currently chasing for, this year or maybe even going into next year. What events, what times, what's on the agenda here?
This year, I'm excited about the Masters Track National Championships in Greensboro in July, mostly since I lived in North Carolina for 10 years and South Carolina outside of Charlotte for 10 years. Know a lot of people back there. So going home to visit friends, but also a chance to compete and track at the national levels. I'll compete in the 200 meters, hope to make the finals in 200. 300 meter hurdles, silver or bronze. I finished 4th last year. And then in the long jump, I intend to go for the gold. Number 1 in the nation right now in the rankings. Most recently, I went 4.53. The next closest is 4.41. I know we all know each other, unless there's somebody just out of the blue decides, okay, I'm 68, I'm going to go jump.
Yeah,
that can happen. Sure. But so I got a good chance at the gold. I got the silver last year. Only jumped 4.23. The winning jump was 4.34. I can jump 4.5, 4.6.
So just for our audience that aren't necessarily track and field gurus, you're saying that 4 point something number, or people might be thinking 4 feet. I can jump 4 feet. So what kind of distance?
It's 14 to 15, 14 feet, 14 to 15 feet.
Yes.
When I won the Nationals championship long jump in 2017 at Birmingham for the senior games, I jumped 5.07 meters, actually 5.08. And that was 16 feet, 8 inches.
Okay.
Which I'm reminding of every time you drive along under a bridge, you see these 16 feet clearance signs. Right. My wife gets tired because she knows I'm thinking. Then I see 14.7. I say, I can do that. Then I see 21. I say, I can't do that anymore. So anyhow, that's one of the event is the Masters Track and Field Nationals. I'm also continuing to chase my age in the 400 meters. I tried it last year. I got close. I got to 68.34 with the bronze medal, the National Senior Games in Fort Lauderdale. But I was 67 at the time. It was last May a year ago. Okay. I can run 68. I just don't like to train for the 400. Well, that's why I'm not doing it at the Nationals this year. I really think the 300 meter hurdles, you run 50 meters, you sprint, you got 7 hurdles, they're 30 inches high. That's the challenge I want for me right now. I'm not done yet with the hurdles. Good. And I'll come back and get my age. I know I'll get my age in the 400. It might be 70, 71. I'll eventually run my age.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So those are my goals right now.
We're going to have some fun here with some rapid fire questions, just to get to know you just a little bit more. So tell us what your favorite sport to participate in is.
Oh, yeah. One guess is track and field. Hands down. I should say feet down.
Sure. What's your favorite training exercise?
Oh, boy. I like a challenge. I will go with the 5-minute mile. That's where you run 8 times 200 meters in a 30-minute window. You add up the splits and you try to get under 5 minutes. Last time I did it about 6 months ago, I got down to, I was under 5. I think it was 4:45. I'm going to try it again soon.
What would you have done differently in regards to your health and fitness?
I would participate in track and field in high school and college and not have been a statistician. And, I was only part of the team, but I had the talent, and maybe it's good I didn't do all that stuff because I can do it now.
Right.
Things to look forward to.
So what's your secret sauce to health and fitness?
I'm actually going to say my faith in God. I can trust God no matter what. I know He has a plan for me. He's given me this gift of speed, and to God is the glory. So that's my secret sauce.
I really appreciate you taking the time to connect with us and let us know what makes you an Autumn athlete that's not done yet. You definitely are inspiring. I'm going to give you the floor for any final thoughts that you'd like to share with our audience.
Thanks for that opportunity. We didn't talk too much about motivation to compete, but like all athletes, I want to do my best in my events. And a quote that really inspires me is to reach for the highest, strive for the best, live day by day, to God leave the rest. I know I've been blessed with athletic ability my entire life by God. In pursuing those goals, I'm giving glory to God, following His plan. I'm also motivated by the saying, push the ones you care about, thank the ones who care enough to push. I think athletes understand that, whether they're young athletes in T-ball or whether they're older athletes like us. When they're pushed by their coaches, they understand that. They don't always give the thanks to them, but yeah. But with that, push the ones you care about. We really need to care about ourselves, which is all about fitness and health. So we need to push ourselves to do our best. It's been said that those who give their best have no regrets. So I always try to give my best each day on the track and in life. A final thought. I think it's been said that life is about caring, sharing, and daring. So I want to just thank you for this opportunity for me to share a few of my thoughts today with Larry. Thank you for the chance to do this. My challenge for you is to reach for the highest, strive for the best, to live day by day, and know that you're not done yet.
I like it. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne Fisher, definitely an Autumn athlete, by his own words, not done yet. Really appreciate your support. Please remember to like, subscribe, and ding the bell for notifications, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.